America is now wholly given over to a damned mob of scribbling women. Worse they could not be, and better they need not be, when they sell by the 100,000. Nathaniel Hawthorne, 1855. I come to call thee. Come in when thou wilt. The feast is always ready to begin. Jones vary from thy better self.
It's a trap!
Dear maiden, I, being a trapper myself, cannot argue with your pronouncement. But what is this? Hold your tears, mademoiselle. A fine trapper I. Had I not anticipated this vile entanglement? There. Now all that's left for us to do is to spring into this vast abyss and unspring the villain's trap. Brave now, and I promise all shall be well before the thresher's evening call. Do you trust me?
It's 10:30 and the chicken not axed nor plucked.
What?
I said it's 10:30 and the chicken's not yet plucked.
Coming, Mother.
And Hans grasped as ivy entwines the branch as they jumped into the devil's drink. End of chapter 44.
Is that the new chapter of the Swashbuckling Tracker, where Henrietta meets her long-lost twin?
You haven't left for town yet? Good. See that gets to the Weekly Herald, and check if they have payment for last week.
At least tell me Swash just gets conscription.
Off with you. You'll see on Sunday like everyone else. Oh, Flo, there you are. You won't imagine where I found these two. And with Miss Tickmore coming for dinner, I don't know how I'll manage. I'll take care of the stew. Mother, put that down! Oh, Mother, I told you I'd get that done.
Aye, but they need drying and pressing before Mrs. Tickmore arrives. Could you help with the wood? It's giving me a spot of trouble.
Mama, if fortune finds me, I'll hire you a housekeeper. If Fortune finds you, what makes you think he's out looking?
Not in these godforsaken cowlands. Hush. No, I wouldn't trade them for the world. I only just mean that I love you, but I hate to see you in pain.
And yet dreaming never eased anything.
No, but my cereal brings in over $1 at the Cowland Weekly. And if the daily press should pick it up.
Better we save our prayers for Tom's return. And a plague of monitors.
Letter from Boston for at Florence tonight.
Anything from the front?
Aren't you gonna open it?
Leave it on the mantle. There's pies yet to be made. Once you're done with the goats, start in the wood.
I forget sometimes that simple fare is often best. My mother would usually have a stew pot boiling for whatever scraps we had about.
Miss Tickmore, can I ask after your family? How is your son?
Oh, Elliot is Elliot. He's still not married, too busy writing his dreadful novels.
I do believe he'll be famous one day.
That's what he always says. But I'm afraid he's been a bit down after the Weekly Herald canceled his serial.
Perhaps his work is more suited for a more literary magazine.
Oh, that's what he's always telling me. Those city folks are more predisposed to such morbid ramblings. What I say is, put a bit of action in it.
And how does he take that?
Children never well take sensible advice from their mothers. I'm sorry to say, I actually quite like the swashbuckling trapper. But I have to read it while he's out. He's quite sensitive. Do any of you follow it? It's really quite thrilling.
Top notch, Mrs. Tickmore. We're certainly fans in this house.
Miss Tickmore, what about the news at the old Patterson house? I heard someone finally bought it.
Oh yes, a Boston lady. One of those hoity-toity intellectuals. Her family brings fashions from Europe to working people, from what I hear.
You don't say. What's her design here?
She wants it for a summer house.
I wouldn't step in that house. Not if they start those free love communalities and come recruiting.
Daniel!
I'm just saying, there's a reason it's deserted.
Well, the good Lord forbid something that happened in our neck of the woods.
I'm sure she'll just be wanting a quiet summer getaway. I don't know who you've been talking to, Daniel, but any rumors you've heard about that house are superstitious nonsense. If you ask me, it's about time someone fixes it up.
That's true. These cookies are the pinnacle of decadence.
Excuse me, the children are getting fussy. It was nice to see you, Miss Tickmore.
Good to see you too, dear. It must be so difficult without a nanny.
Can you tell us a bedtime story?
Okay, but it'll have to be a short one.
Medium, short.
We'll see. Go to bed and I'll be there in a minute.
You ready for a story?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Here's a story I liked when I was a child. It's called Fiamma and the Golden Flame.
Is it scary?
Just listen. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Fiamma. She was more than anything that she could see the fairies, so she was always looking for little holes that might lead to the fairy world. But they always led to snakes or gophers, and that was interesting, but not as interesting as the fairy world. And one day, Fiamma stumbled upon the right hole. It was just at the edge of the woods, and she climbed through the hole, and when she climbed out, she was in fairy world. The fairies welcomed Fiamma, and they played together, and they danced, and they sang together all day. And now that she knew the way, Fiamma visited every day. There was a problem.
Is it a monster?
No, it's just Fiamma's mother. Fiamma's mother worked hard at the farm every day, and her body ached, and she was always tired and grumpy. Fiamma knew that if her mother just visited fairyland, she would be filled with delight and the song of joy. And when she dragged her mother to the edge of the woods, the hole was gone. And then her mother was even more grumpy. There's no such thing as fairies, she told Fiamma. Stop wasting your time longing for the impossible. Just focus on the work in front of you. Fiamma began to wonder if she had dreamed up fairyland in the first place. But then she went back by herself the next morning, and the hole was there again.
So she didn't dream it.
Right. And so she climbed through the hole, and there she was in fairyland again. And she asked her friends, why can't my mother see the hole that leads to fairyland? And the fairies replied, to find fairyland, you must believe in fairies. And Fiamma asked, is there anything I can do to make my mother believe? And they told her, yes, she must drink from the fountain of the golden water. Seek the wise woman at the middle of the woods. But the mother didn't need the golden water. She needed a golden pocketbook to hire more help.
Well, you'd think it'd be a letter from the grave, not a Boston editor. If you're not going to read it, I am. Well, what does it say?
It appears I've been recruited to write a dime novel. Well, F. Lawrence Knight has at any rate. I wonder what they'll make of me.
How much are they offering?
It's very curious. It mentions a challenge that will test my fortitude. All details will be revealed at the soiree to which you were respectfully invited. Why, it's tomorrow afternoon, at the hotel on Main Street.
Well, what? Let me see that.
I've been invited to a soiree.
What are you gonna wear?
I can't go.
Why not?
My pseudonym is a well-kept secret, but I'm not too keen to blow on an ill-thought stunt. They're expecting a man. Besides, tomorrow's planting and I can't miss that. But we all need our rest before tomorrow. Good night.
What a crock of bullocks. It's all right, Mother. We'll have you warm and good in no time. But the planting.
It can happen tomorrow or next week.
It's the end of us. Shh. Now put your feet in here. See? Doesn't that feel better? I've kept it from you.
Kept what from us?
The debts. If we don't have a good planting season this year, we're likely to lose the house. And even if we have a good harvest, we'll lose it anyway.
Where are you off to in such a hurry?
Gotta collect the eggs, you know?
In this weather?
I've got a hat.
Oh, Lord. You're planning to enlist. Daniel, you're not old enough.
Close enough.
This is madness. You can't do it. What are we going to do without you?
You can save the farm with $300. You can hire help. I'll be getting $13 a month. I'll send it all home.
Not if you're dead, Daniel!
You'll get my pension.
You're the one who hates authority, Daniel. I don't understand why you would go and subject yourself to such brutality, such disease, such... You heard Mother's ravings. Daniel, she's just upset. Please don't do this.
I don't know what else to do.
I'm in need of a footman.
Say what?
I've been invited to a soiree this afternoon, Daniel. I have a financial opportunity, and it won't do me any harm to show up looking like a wet dog. I need someone to hold my umbrella. Give me a chance to match that 300 before you go and do what can't be undone.
Your enlistment ends Friday. That's in 3 days.
Well, then I guess you won't have to wait long to see if I can do it. Prepare the carriage. I'm off to dress.
Vinny. Interesting choice for a party.
You've heard him?
I am the one who is loved and not known. On humanity I have founded my fiery empire. In the desires of the heart, in the dreams of the soul, in the ties of the body's mysterious attractions. In the looks of the eyes I unite hearts, break strong chains. As the butterfly in his dusty wings springs to the breaking lawn, parade of flowers, and embraces them without peril and without tears.
Aloha. Kanto the second. Whose translation?
Mine?
Have you read Stella? Much more mature than his early work. A treatise on my poets ought not to mix with the public.
Fascinating. Will you excuse me?
I'm sorry, this party is invitation only.
I have an invitation. I've only just misplaced it.
Oh, darling, I'm so glad you were able to make it. Is this gentleman giving you any trouble?
Who?
Good, I didn't think so. Have you had a cream puff? It's absolutely heavenly. You must try one. You don't have to eat it. Just try looking more like you belong here and a little less like a kitten I fished out of a pond.
Who are you?
Good evening. You may wonder why we've gathered here. In the rain, in the country of all places. Well, well, I have just one word for you people. Money. Gentlemen, observe. This minuscule literary specimen cost Greenback here only 10 cents when he bought it at the train station this morning. Why, it's hardly worth the paper it's printed on. Oh, but is it? Because as of last week, 100,000 copies of this little thing have sold across the nation.
Now, gentlemen, my partner man and I have a top-of-the-line printing press in Boston, with paper and ink all raring to go and distributors hovering. We have a waiting list of investors, to which we'd be adding to add your name for a slight fee.
But what we really came here for are authors. Seems you have a veritable little nest of them here in this corner of the wilderness.
And we've invited 3 rising stars here tonight. We have invited William DuPont, author of An Orphan at Sea. who is known by story paper readers from here to Chicago. We've also invited Elliot Tickmore, author of
Who comes at twilight bearing mirth. Tickmore has been heralded as one of the brightest new minds of our age. You can use a pseudonym, of course, Tickmore.
We have also invited Florence Knight, rising star of swashbuckling trapper fame, rumored to live hereabouts, but it seems he was unable to attend.
Correction?
Pardon?
Florence Knight is here.
My good woman, where is he?
She is standing right in front of you.
You are Florence Knight, author of The Swashbuckling Trapper? Couldn't be.
And why not? Women writers outnumber men. Think of Anne Stevens, Harriet Beecher Stowe.
Sentimental garbage.
I happen to agree, but you can't accuse Elizabeth Barrett Browning of sentimentalism, or Jane Austen.
Nor can you accuse them of writing thrilling tales of adventure. It's not women's fiction that we're looking to publish.
Here's the meat of the thing. We have contacts everywhere the Union flag flies. In the army. I'm talking 1 million boys, more, sitting around swapping jokes, bored out of their minds, trying to distract themselves so they don't have to think about what tomorrow will bring.
Boys with good salaries.
Which is why we'll charge them double on the front.
But do they want to read about who Nancy Pansy's going to marry? No. They want stories to seed the spirits, hurdle the humors, boil the blood.
Which is exactly what the swashbuckling trapper aims to do.
And does well, the lady had a point.
Nevertheless, the challenge we're proposing is not for the fairer sex. It's a challenge to test one's very mettle.
What is the challenge?
I'm glad you asked. To put it simply, to write a novel, 40,000 words, in record time.
The first man to finish a manuscript wins a prize.
Of $200.
The runners-up will also get a prize of $100 each.
But why?
We'll publish their books as well.
I mean, why the race?
To put a little fire under your pen, so to speak. Friends, Union boys are out there waiting for our books, but they won't be there forever. Our contacts want American books for American soil, not one of these London imports you'll find at the railway station. And also, they don't want another rehash of Grandpa's favorite cereal. They want new books. So, what say you, DuPont?
I suppose I could do it in 10 days. I would have to finish some contracts first.
10 days. 10 days. That's a start. That's a start. What say you, Tickmore?
I'd not write such trash and rubble for $1,000.
Sir, you could use...
And not under a pseudonym either. It's not the appearances that bother me. It's the damage to our nation. The rotting of minds.
Well, I guess 10 days to DuPont, it will have to be...
3 days.
3 days. You'll cramp your dainty little fingers, DuPont.
3 days for $500.
Now we're talking. 300.
300 plus 20% of the profit.
8.
Deal.
If you deliver it here by Friday. 4 days, deal's off. Offer reverts. Can the little lady do it?
I'll need a quiet place for writing. No interruptions.
I'm sorry, we aren't able to provide that for you.
Oh, my summer house. Why, it's the perfect place. Great big house, nobody in it. I was planning to stop by later to check on renovations, but I suppose I can take you there tonight.
Well, that settles it then. 3 days. Manuscript due here Friday by 3 o'clock. And so with that, ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy the party.
Surely I couldn't.
Oh, it's no imposition, dear. What an honor! Florence Knight's famous first novel, written in my own house. Well, I'll join you for propriety's sake. But I promise you'll hardly know I'm there.
Well, that's very kind of you.
Oh, not at all. Oh, let's ride together. I've read The Swashbuckling Trapper, and I have some thoughts. Oh, but how did you get here? On foot?
My brother's in the barn with the carriage. I can send him ahead to grab my belongings.
Excellent.
Well, I never. F. Florence turns out to be the Fern girl. Who would have known?
Well, I pity the family. Ever since Abram Fern died, Sarah's had a hard time of it. And it doesn't help that the middle one married low.
Just read it. It's a popular of the sorts you were just railing against. I'd love to continue this conversation with you once you know what you're talking about. Humphrey, we're here.
The fires are burning.
Oh, good, thank you, Humphrey. Jean-Louis will be over in the morning to cook breakfast, and we'll be staying here as well in the servants' room.
None and not have slept here since old Patterson took his last breath.
Well, there's a first time for everything, isn't there? Pleasant fellow.
If you don't mind, I'd like to start right away. I'm feeling inspired.
Oh, of course. I'll show you to your room.
Betty, do not awake the neighborhood. It's just us. This will do. Elizabeth, get the door.
Are you sure this house is empty? I think so, Betty. Viola bought it as a summer home, and she said she wouldn't staff it until June. Plus, the locals won't go near. They say it's haunted.
Haunted? Stuff and nonsense. Superstitious country folk. Betty, don't pay any attention.
Why do they say it's haunted? Well, no one knows exactly, but ever since old Patterson died, there have been strange lights, sounds.
Oh, Flummadiddle, we're the ones making the strange lights and sounds.
You mean, we're the ghosts?
There is no such thing as ghosts. Who's got the gavel?
Eliza? What gavel?
Order! Order! The meeting of the Daughters of Boudica is now in session. Positions, ladies. This I do solemnly swear, to work tirelessly, arduously, and without respite, to ensure the liberation and equal rights of all womankind, count they their lineage from Europe, Africa, Asia, or the Indian territories, to fight with the courage that is my hidden birthright, to ne'er turn my back on a sister in need, nor breathe a word of these secrets to a soul without this room, or else may God strike me down with 100 bolts of lightning, may 100 tigers spring forth and tear my skin asunder, feasting on my tender organs for eternity. This I do solemnly swear. Elizabeth, pass the scones.
A blueberry and sour cherry.
Ooh, blueberry, please. Sour cherry for me.
What was that?
That would be the house settling. It is the way of country houses. Now, ladies, what are we going to focus on for our next action?
Well, property rights would be nice.
Keep her wages.
Good, good. And I'm going to add equal rights and empowerment for freed women.
What do you mean by that?
Imagine living your whole life under the lash of a whip, and one day an army shows up, and now you're a free citizen with all of the financial responsibilities of taking care of a family, but none of the advantages you need to make your way. What would you need for a fresh start, I ask you?
Suppose I need...
That question was rhetorical. You need resources, that's what. A path to education, money, but more than that, you need connections, and people willing to take a chance on you. And that, dear ladies, is where we come in.
Eliza, I'm not trying to contradict you, but don't you think that freed women themselves would be best to speak to their own plight? I mean, Lady Truth is about the best speaker I ever heard. Gave me goosebumps all over.
Goosebumps all over.
Of course, Elizabeth, but not everyone listens to speeches and not everyone reads the abolitionist papers. We've got to grasp people when they're least expecting it and squeeze them so hard they can't wriggle free.
But how?
By giving them adventure, thrills, a tale they can't turn away from. We partner with a free woman who's done something great, Harriet Tubman, Mary Elizabeth Bowser, and we plaster her story on the front page. We hook them, we show them what a woman can do, and we make them sympathize.
Sympathize them! But you just pointed out that not everyone reads the abolitionist papers.
Exactly why we need to break into a printing press and run a false front on a major paper.
Betty dear, we can't understand you when your mouth is full.
I eat when I'm being haunted. There are no such thing as ghosts. Well, well, it seems we have an interloper. Stand up and account for yourself.
How about you put that down and we introduce ourselves like civilized sisters and struggle?
Eliza Palmer.
Florence Fern.
These are my compatriots, Elizabeth Ripley and Betty White.
Now, I may be just a farm girl with a pen, but I was listening to her ideas of advancing women's stature, and I have a few of my own to add.
Oh, Eliza, do invite her in. We have plenty of scones to share.
And peach preserves. Clotted cream's out, though.
We'll have to swear to secrecy, but we can eat and talk first.
Betty, was it? What elegant bloomers. You'll have to tell me where you got them.
Dearest sister, it is apparent that this house is no longer empty. Yesterday, I moved from my comfortable room to a small nook below the stairs, fearing discovery. Is it my fever that invents the strange sounds and far-off voices, giving solace to my loneliness? Perhaps the angels have come for me. Take care on your next visit. Better yet, avoid this house. Send medicine and broth through the boy.
What did I tell you, Betty? It's just the wind.
gone. How many have I eaten? What time is it?
2 a.m.
I've got to get back to my writing desk.
You'll keep our meeting a secret?
Yes, of course. I'm sorry to be rude.
It's quite all right, dear. We'll take care of everything. We're sisters now.
A total secret, even from Viola.
I swear it.
We'll contact you again soon. Good luck!
Well, that went rather well.
You look better in bloomers.
Un pinch de salt pour l'omelette, 3 pinches pour le ragout. Christ, I was there. Cook it frozen waste.
Zut Dolores, the chair is sprung on the head of her. But who is this?
Well, who's asking?
Ah, l'intruder, as une tongue as well as a hair. Very well. Je suis Jean-Louis, in proud service to Mademoiselle de Vries.
Male cook?
Chef, s'il vous plaît. And butler. And you are?
Humphrey Miller's son. It's my job to check the house for critters each day, ain't it?
What do you do? Read to them? Mirror the children of adoption?
Well, I don't get much time to myself at the farm, do I? So I like to sit and read in a sunny room when I can.
Well, mon petit choix.
My name's Johnny.
Ah, Johnny! And I am Jean-Louis. So we are, how you say, a twin?
If you say so, mister.
Well, Johnny, this house is closed to a visitor until Friday night. An important writer is in residence.
Please, sir, my dad will walt me if I don't at least check the rat traps.
Go ahead, then, but quietly. All right, there. She sleep it sleep.
Oh, and mister, mind you don't step in a trap. Big one could take your foot off. Especially in the closet under the stairs. Rats. They have a den in there.
Oh, merci.
What was that? Could have been a hunter.
What about that horrid shattering sound? It was like 1,000 knives dropping.
Florence!
What was that?
Flo? Flo! Flo?
Mademoiselle Fern, ça va?
Someone's pitched a rock through my window.
Quoi?
Apparently they're afraid my feet might catch cold.
Learn to darn your stockings, haven't you?
Of course I have. I'm an expert darner.
To see a lady of such taste so slovenly is shocking. Your pen and poetry lay by, and learn to darn your stockings.
Ooh, is this nasty right there?
Betty! I'd wager that the culprit was thinking of that schoolyard rhyme. I've had it chanted to me in grammar.
Are you alright already?
No, but I've sat by them.
We heard the shot and feared for you.
I was not told to cook for 12 person, Ma.
I'm dreadfully sorry. We're old college friends of Florence, and we couldn't help but come see her for her big moment. We meant to just drop by and didn't mean to impose, so we brought our own comforts.
That's right.
But I'm afraid we've missed our coach, so we'll have to impose after all.
Bon, I'll have to add to the ragout. And find the sweet bear. Excuse me.
Quick thinking, Elizabeth.
But who would have done such an awful thing? The rock to hit your head.
Someone who hates women, too. And doesn't want to see it succeed.
I wonder.
Oh, let's go investigate. The grass is still wet. I'm sure there'll be footprints.
I'll come with you. I need a walk to clear my head.
This is just like something out of Poe. We can call ourselves the Dupin Girls.
Girls is a diminutive.
The Dupin Women?
That rhymes. Ish.
Good morning, Annabelle.
Morning, Master Tickmore.
I told you, call me Ellie.
It's not right, though. All the same. You've bagged something then? Let's see it. Ooh, a fine bird. I'll cook him up with sliced turnip.
What's that in your pocket, Annabelle?
Oh, it's just a trash novel that Johnny from down the hill picks up from me on his way to town.
Let me see.
Oh.
A Wife's Tragedy. Author of A Wonderful Wife, A Terrible Secret, etc., etc. Oh, here it says best stories of the best authors. What a laugh.
I know there's nothing of merit between them pages, Mr. Tickmore, but it feels like company, don't it?
Are you lonely here, Annabelle? Have you been ill-treated?
No, sir. Everyone here is quite gentle, but it's an awful long way to see my folks, and it's not the same without my brother near.
Was he drafted?
Not directly. He was in service and then pressed to take the place of his master.
I see.
Well, I'd better get started on dinner. Thank you for this.
You're welcome. I'm going out again, so I'll need a bath ready when I return.
All right.
Oh, and Annabelle. Those books will rot your mind, slowly but surely. You're welcome to browse my library if you wish to reverse the damage.
Thank you, sir.
Ah, there you are, Annabelle. I've been calling and calling.
My apologies, Mrs. Tickmore. I've been out here washing the windows. Do you need something?
Our new neighbor, Viola DeVries, is in residence. I've half a mind to help her with some of our sweet buns and see how she's getting on.
What a kind thought, ma'am. But you chill your bones. I'd be happy to run the errand for you.
Well...
It's no trouble at all, ma'am. If I leave right now, I'll have plenty of time to start on dinner when I return. Plus, look how much it's snowing. Enough to put you in bed for weeks, ma'am.
Well, do tell me how she's getting on, and who her guest is. I heard something about a wager.
Well, so thoughtful of you, ma'am. I'll be back in a blink.
Just checking the rat traps.
It's me.
Sister, I told you not to come. Did you not get my message?
I did. I'm on official housewarming duty.
Crikey, that's delicious.
All right. You can have one. Any improvements since my last visit?
My fever's down this morning. My leg still hurts like a son of a bitch. That's the ticket.
To wash your wound, don't waste it. What's that you got there?
Oh, I found this in the hallway by the window.
It's Confederate cipher. Seen one of these at Fort Fisher.
Well, what are you doing with it?
Scratching an itch. Heard some odd noises last night, including the telegraph sounder. All I gotta do is turn it to the right letter.
We're decoding a spy message?
A Confederate spy? Round here?
Sure. Remember St. Albans? How'd you think they knew which bank to hit first?
We are not Confederate spies.
I think I cracked it. We. See here, if the H is a W, it spells a word.
Go on. Keep borrowing from Frontier Guard. Tomorrow night, we converge in 2 days.
Well.
There's a volunteer Frontier Guard camped around here at the fairgrounds.
What do you suppose is being borrowed?
Reckon any dime novels.
2 days from last night is...
Tomorrow. And more borrowing is scheduled for tonight.
So, Viola DeVries buys an old haunted house marked down low and sets up a secret Confederate spy base? Do you reckon she's a Virginian in disguise?
But then why would she host the writer?
Easy. Cover for why she's taken up residence in advance of summer.
Well, what should we do?
We need to find Viola DeVries and Taylor. Find out what she borrows tonight. Catch her in the act and alert the guard.
I can't get away for that long. I'm pushing as it is. Do you know how long it takes to roast a damn duck?
Well, I didn't want to clean the stables today anyway.
Cover me while I sneak out. I'm glad your fever's down.
You're an angel.
It's clear.
You sure Elizabeth won't mind we're using her good yarn?
As women, we must use the accoutrements of our station to surpass our station.
Yeah, but it's the less of a purple merino.
Mademoiselle Fern. Mademoiselle Fern. Bon, there you are. Dinner is set.
Dinner time already, is it?
We didn't find anything in the woods. How about you guys?
Footprints!
These are ours from just now, but this one we found when we first poked around out here.
Ooh, direct shot to the window.
Close too. You wouldn't need a pitcher's arm.
Exactly.
It's quite small, isn't it? Is this the last of my purple merino?
Is there a 10 or 12-year-old boy in the neighborhood?
Johnny.
Who?
Le petit garçon. He come by early this morning to check for the trap.
Trap?
For the, how you say it, vermin?
But does he have the motivationality?
You did say the message was a schoolboy rhyme.
Ow, 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 ow.
Will this be the boy you're meaning then?
Back to the scene of the crime.
Whatever you're fixing to pin on me, I didn't do it.
Spoken like a true criminal.
Now, let's hear him out. Johnny, how do you feel about women writers?
Stupendous? I mean, some of my best mates are ladies with a pen.
Don't lie to us, boy.
Honest. I mean, not real life mates. What'd you fish at the creek with? Mates you could spend a whole quiet hour with, all peaceful like, with the light coming in and little bits of dust all glowing around you. Friends of the heart.
Stuff and nonsense.
See? Hey, twin, you know I like reading this kind of stuff. We talked about it.
This is not the same book.
What?
Johnny, he come by early this morning, with the book, but this book is different. So, what happened?
Well, finished it, didn't I?
Or did you hide it with your stash of heavy rocks?
Oh, stop this. His foot's not even right.
My feet are just fine, miss.
She's right about that.
Don't look like a boy's print to me. Know how? Looks like a woman's.
Hello? Hello. My apologies for intruding. I'm from up the hill at the Tickmores. The housewarming gift. Which one of you is Viola DeVries?
Viola DeVries ain't here, is she?
Well then, I must get going to start on dinner.
Quelle jolie petite paws. Jean-Louis Gauthier at your service. You are welcome to stay for dinner. Mon ragout is la perfection.
Annabelle Spool, it's a pleasure to meet you, but I must get going. The Tickmores must have their dinner too. Welcome to the neighborhood.
Where is Viola? I haven't seen her since she left yesterday.
I've not seen her since she came down from my room.
How long you known Viola?
None of your business.
I've been with Le DeVries since she was this high.
Where are you from?
Marseilles, by way of Quebec.
What are your sympathies?
Pardon-moi?
Miss Fern, I knows of you and your family. How long you've known Viola DeVries?
Well, I met her on Tuesday.
Don't suppose anyone in Bloomers be a secret grayback, unless it's a keen disguise.
Want me to shut him up?
No. What are you on about, Johnny? Is this about Viola?
Well, miss, I suppose I can trust you, if anyone. I have reason to believe that Viola DeVries is a rebel spy.
No! This whole time?
Impossible!
Viola collected signatures for the emancipation.
She leads the winter supply drive for Union soldiers at Boston Common.
Well, where is she?
What a crowd! I'm absolutely starved. Is dinner ready?
Look at her boot if you don't believe me.
What is this?
I'm dreadfully embarrassed to ask, but might we borrow your shoe?
Be my guest.
I told you so.
Stepping about the house does not mean she is the spy, nor the thrower of the rock. Surely there is an explanation. Oui?
Of course there's an explanation. I threw the stone through Flo's window. And I'd do it again.
Surely you're joking.
Not at all. I did it to provoke you.
Provoke me to what?
To write women's stories with the same fire you've given that damn trapper. You could have had her head. I have an excellent aim, which you well know, considering you played shortstop on my baseball team last season. What madness is this? Well, you might as well tell him everything.
I'll do it. I've always hated pretending. Flo, there is no daughters of Boudica.
Daughters of who?
Ancient warrior queen of the Celts. She liked to lob the heads off meddling little boys.
Explain.
I've been reading The Swashbuckling Trapper since arriving in the area. Total nonsense, I thought. But it's compelling nonsense. And when we met at the soiree and I learned that Florence Knight is you, well, it was fate. With your command of storytelling, all you needed were some friends to influence you, to steer you on the course to the betterment of all humankind. So we hatched our plan to lure you into the sisterhood. But still, I knew action would be needed to bring urgency and life to the situation. So I threw a provocation through your window.
You have taken me for a fool, and I am a fool for being taken. I trusted you, and you lied and lied!
Not once! I stayed away from the house all morning, specifically so that I didn't have to.
You manipulated me!
I created the conditions for you to write a book that means something.
You created the conditions for my brother to die, or for my family to lose our house!
Sister?
You are not my sister. None of you care about me. You only care about your damned causes. You are spoiled brats who are completely out of touch with reality. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go write a goddamn novel.
So, you're not a spy?
I'm an idiot, is what I am. She'll come around. Give her time.
I'll bring up a ragu.
Somebody fetch me my damn shoe. So, Johnny, tell us about your spy.
Oh, I found this for writing codes.
Looks like a child's toy. Where did you find this, Johnny?
By the parlor.
Well, then that's where we'll begin. Come on. Too far from the ground. Heavy, though.
Look at this.
Some damage to the window frame.
As if someone pried their way in.
Footprints!
Look at this contraption.
Betty, dear, that's a telegraph sounder. You use one often.
That's behind a counter with an operator in between. It's different all out in the open, just sitting there, menacingly.
I'd like to know, if a spy broke in, why here?
Seems obvious, don't it? To send secret messages.
Is there a way to check the last time it's been used?
Well, I haven't used it since I had it installed last month.
No dust.
Because you have the best butler in the Union. I sweep too.
Did you clean this room yesterday?
Mais oui.
And you didn't find anything?
Nothing out of the ordinaire.
Johnny, show Jean-Louis what you found.
I have found this right there by the window.
Sacre bleu! This was not here yesterday.
Well, maybe it dropped out of your pocket.
My twin! How could you think such a thing?
Just saying. Could be any of us, couldn't it?
From now on, we'll move around in teams. I'm off to look for footprints. Who's coming with me? I'll come.
Oh, what is it?
What if someone broke in last night and never broke back out? What if they're still in the house?
Seems unlikely with all the hustle and bustle, but still, we should look together.
Annabelle, this was well worth the wait.
It is quite late. It's almost time for supper.
I could eat duck till breakfast.
Well, you're in a fine mood.
I have an idea for a new short story.
Oh?
Picture this. A sickly young man is left alone by his friends who went off to fight in a distant war. He takes to walking in the woods in search of Thoreau's tonic of wilderness.
I thought Thoreau was a writer, not an apothecary.
Mother. Anyway, far from bringing solace, the natural world oppresses him at every turn. Cobwebs get tangled in his hair, branches reach out to scratch him as he passes by. He observes a darling chipmunk, only to watch a viper devour it. Still, he keeps walking until he reaches a strange house, lit by a strange light. Thinking to beg shelter, he approaches and is greeted by a beautiful woman. The woman leads him down twisted hallways into a large underground cavern, where 100 candles cast light and shadow over a female mob. Dressed in an array of odd get-ups, the women engage with no words, but occasional yowls and wails in a ritual. The longer he stays, the weaker and more curious he becomes, till at last he sees that the women are dissecting a human heart. Fearful and wild-eyed, he manages to run to the bottom of the stairs, but they've vanished. At last, he spies a single ray of light and follows it, stumbling through a tunnel back out into the woods. The house is gone, but he feels a strange trickle in his breast, and peering down, discovers a ghastly hole where his own heart should have been.
And that's the end then?
He struggles to move, but collapses. A bugle sounds in the distance, and soon a soldier rides up on a glistening mount. The man tries to warn the soldier and to ask for help, but all that escapes his lips are the guttural utterances and piercing keens from the women of the cavern.
And that's the end?
Yes, Mother, that's the end.
Well, I don't understand, dear. If the man is the one in the woman's ritual all along, then when exactly did they extract his heart from his chest? And when he be dead, can one live without a heart?
It's symbolic, Mother.
Symbolic of what?
The ineptitude of transcendentalism, the inherent destructive drive of the female collective.
Not to mention the fertility of menfolk.
Elliot, dear, remember when you told that story in primary about the demons? Well, what I'm trying to say is, these kind of stories just push people away.
I don't need people, Mother. My imagination is much better company. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have writing to do. Annabelle, I will take tea in my room tonight.
Yes, sir.
Call me Elliot.
It's not right, though, isn't it? Nothing about that boy's right, Annabelle. I blame his father.
This could be a footprint, or it might just be another gopher hole. To hell with it! We'd be better luck riding into town with a poster. Viola, what? Come talk to me. Elizabeth, I've made such a mess of things. Don't tell me you're the rebel spy after all. That would almost be easier. I don't know what I expected. I had the idea that if I brought the right people together and I added the right spark, amazing things would happen. And they did. She hates me, Elizabeth. So, that won't prevent her from writing a brilliant novel. It will prevent her from becoming my friend. Is that so important? Maybe. Then make a proper apology. One from the heart. Show her that you care.
Oh, don't do that. You only push her away. Give her a reason to trust you again.
But a proper apology clears the weeds for the sprouts of trust to grow.
Unsolicited talk of feelings overwaters those sprouts until they shrivel.
Can't go wrong with sweets.
She doesn't like sweets.
But she ate her scones.
Why are you two out here anyway? Did you find something?
Not yet, but John Louis gone to fix tea and Johnny's gone to feed the pigs.
Perhaps she likes sweet and savory mixed, or particularly peach preserves.
Go to her. Make amends. Go speak to that Humphrey fellow. See what he heard last night.
Thank you.
Humphrey is a bit stiff. I wish you luck. Keep your luck. I think you'll need it.
Betty, keep close to John Louis. The spy is armed and dangerous.
I know. Maybe there are more peach preserves in the kitchen.
Thank you, Jean-Louis. You can leave it on the chest. Do you need something?
Florence,
I said I didn't want to see you.
I realize that, but I need to tell you something first. I need to say...
Yes?
I'm truly sorry for all that I did. For casting you unwittingly in my madcap plan. And for interrupting your writing time. I would like to make amends.
Thank you. You can make amends by leaving me alone.
I can't.
What?
What I mean to say is, Florence, will protect your solitude from further interruptions.
I appreciate that.
Oh, thank you. You can leave it on the dresser. Yes?
It's about your story, sir. I've been thinking about it since dinner, and I know it ain't my place to say, and I ain't read them much in the way of literature, but...
Annabella, are you going to advise me to make the protagonist the soldier's long-lost heir?
No.
Are you going to tell me to add a subplot with twins switched at birth?
No.
Are you going to tell me to stop writing because it alienates me from mankind?
Of course not. I think you've got a passion and a talent, and it'd be plain wrong to deny it.
Well, thank you, Annabelle. Then please, tell me your thoughts.
Well, so, you've got this man who ain't really much of a man. Can't fight, can't move, can't talk. But the heart ain't for fighting and talking. It's for loving.
Maybe his heart was all clogged up from all that fighting and talking or what have you, that those women took his heart away to fix it. Maybe the next day, he'll wake up wholer than whole. I'm sorry, sir. I know it ain't my place to...
No. Thank you, Annabelle. You've given me much to think on.
I'm glad to hear that, Elliot. Sir. Anything else we'll be needing tonight, ma'am?
No, thank you, Annabelle. I'm set with my tea and novel.
Mother, I'm going out for some air.
Well, that was a waste of time. Tina chat's never a waste of time.
Oh, there, wait up for me.
Finished feeding the pigs, have you?
Yes. What the?
I think we found our spy.
No peach preserves.
Not peach preserves.
Spy in the house, spy in the house. We just saw her come in.
Mon Dieu!
She was wearing a cloak. Did you see her?
I knew I heard a ghost. He said it's more likely a rat.
And it sounds like I was correct.
She's headed upstairs.
This book is ridiculous. But I can see why people like them.
What are you doing here? I'm guarding you from interruptions, like I promised.
Spy!
That way. She's headed toward the attic.
Horrid stuff, as expected.
I've poked around when I come here to set traps. That thing's always been locked.
The spy. Is he out here somewhere?
I thought I heard someone run up the stairs, but maybe they went down the back and it echoed up.
Echoed up?
Spies have all sorts of special training.
I heard it too. It wasn't an echo.
Well, she may have tried to climb out the drain pipe.
It's a long way, but strange odd things have happened. I'll go look.
I'll come with you.
Let some of us poke around here a little bit more.
So, how's your novel going?
I'm in the middle of the third act, so I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna end it.
Huzzah! A flummadiddle. It's only a cow's tongue.
Aha! Where are you going?
I've had a stroke of inspiration. I'm gonna go finish my novel.
I thought it was just peach preserve she likes, but maybe it's all jars.
Where is it? Don't tell me I left it in the room.
No! What's happened? Are you okay? Good Lord, your manuscript.
You did this, didn't you? You set it all up to teach me a lesson? Invented the spy so I'd leave my room? Sent in another one of your lackeys while we were all playing detective?
No, I swear it, Flo, I had nothing to do with this.
So maybe you just hid the real manuscript to make me think all was lost, but then you're gonna find it and make me think you saved the day and that you're on my side.
No, Flo, stop! Look at me! Breathe with me. I did not burn your manuscript. I did not invent the spy, but I am on your side. And I will help fix this.
How?
I will publish your book. I've always wanted to start a publishing house, and you could have as much time as you'd like to write it. It could be about battling cow herds for all I care, if it pleases you. I'll pay double what Greenback and Man promised you. Triple!
You don't understand. My brother is going to enlist Friday. They're gonna cut him down like a blade of grass. It was my job to protect him. I promised, Papa, and I failed.
Here, I'll write you in advance.
No! You can't just throw money at a problem and expect it to go away. I am not your charity case, and I will not be in your debt. I don't want anything to do with you.
And what will you do?
I'm going to go to sleep, and in the morning, I'll leave, preferably without seeing you again.
Very well. You won't.
Climb down that drain pipe. She is long gone.
You're headed out? Going to sleep in town tonight? Jean-Louis, tell Humphrey to drive Florence home tomorrow when she's ready. Hurt me after she's gone.
Ooh la la.
I'll go check on the others, see if they found anything.
Très bien. I need to use the privy.
turn to see Papa.
My darling Peach.
Hi, Papa.
What's your latest marvels?
It's when Fiona meets the old wise woman in the middle of the woods, and the wise woman says the fountain with the golden water is dry. But if she can carry a golden flame on the whole world, then it will flow again.
What's this creature with the wings?
Well, Fiona doesn't know how to get it on the whole world. But the wise woman says, just ask for help. So she does a rhyme, and an eagle comes to carry her. The golden flame is connected to a magical web. See? It stretches around the whole world. When the eagle gets tired, she asks a whale.
Does she make it back to the wise woman?
Uh-huh. Then the flame turns into a fire crown, but it doesn't burn her. And the golden water comes out, and she brings it to her mom. And her mom can see the fairies now, too. And they live happily ever after.
Is there Papa in the story?
There's no Pop in the story, but a lad one. He can live with the fairies, too.
I like that. So, promise me something.
Yes, Papa?
Take care of your brother and sister for me. Your mother's going to be very busy soon, and she'll need your help to protect them.
Don't worry, Papa. I'll look after them for you.
My strong girl. Is that the Papa there? He looks rather like a penguin.
Mom!
Out with you now. Get some sleep.
My strong girl.
I tried, Papa. I tried to be strong.
How are they?
They're good, Papa. Strong and healthy. Mary has 2 children of her own now. And they're fine children. They can find a mud bottle on the driest day of the year. She married a kind man. You would approve. He's off fighting in a war now, Papa. A horrible, important war. We're ending slavery, Papa. Can you believe it?
How's Daniel?
Daniel's a good lad. He never knew you, but he misses you so much. He carries your picture with him everywhere. Sometimes I'll tell him stories about you and how we used to go running through the fields, picking flowers for Mother.
What's wrong, my darling?
I tried, Papa. I tried so hard to take care of everyone, but I failed. We're going to lose the farm, and Daniel's running off to be a soldier, and I don't know what to do.
My darling Peach. Have you kept drawing your marvelous pictures?
I write now, Papa. Just adventure stories for a newspaper. I thought I could save it all with a book, but it burned to ashes. It's all too late.
Your imagination is a golden flame. It burns, but never burns out.
Papa?
What did your Fiamma do when faced with an impossible challenge?
Got a ride in a golden eagle, Papa.
You're always so literal for a girl with such a vivid imagination.
Papa? Papa! Don't leave me, Papa. Don't leave me.
Papa! Ah! Step where I can see you. songbook?
I carried it with me all through the war.
You're a deserter? You're wounded.
I'm healing. Slowly.
You're intruding in my bedroom.
You're intruding in my hideout.
So you're the spy.
No, I'm trying to find the spy, preferably before morning. Wait, I know who you are.
Florence Fern.
Wrong.
Wrong? I know my own name.
Your name is F. Florence Knight.
F. Florence Knight is a fiction, no value nor consequence.
Wrong again.
Kept my whole regiment invigorated and ready to face another day.
Unlikely. Why did you desert?
Thou shalt not kill. You looked 15.
My brother. He's also 15. He's going to enlist.
I know.
Excuse me?
Everyone in this house knows. The floorboards have literal holes in them. What I want to know is this. What are you going to do about it? You turned away help that was offered in good faith from someone that cares about you.
I can't. My pride. I have to do it on my own.
A sad lack of imagination.
Guys, you have the potatoes!
So I was going down the cellar all by myself, and
What do you mean you went down to the cellar by yourself?
I might be terrified, but I'm no coward. I remember Jean Louis mentioning that there might be more preserves down in the cellar. So when I saw the door was open, I thought he beat me down there.
The door to the cellar was open?
Yes, so I go down all those stairs.
Those stairs? With the cobwebs?
Cobwebs galore. So I get to the bottom. Only Jean Louis is not there. So I start looking for jars myself, and I find you'll never guess.
Guns and the potatoes?
Hello, Flo. How'd you know?
You screamed it a minute ago at top volume.
Oh, right. But not only that, bullets, I think. Smooth metal pellets. And a huge big bag. And not only that, peach preserves!
Thank the heavens you didn't lose sight of your task.
Flo, will you accept this gift as an apology for us pretending to be the daughters of Boudica when really we're the dupin women?
I'm inclined to accept. Where's Viola? I'm ready to accept her apology as well.
She went into town for the night. Ghost! Spy!
Neither, I'm afraid. Just another new friend. Although I didn't catch your name.
Maxwell Tanner, at your service. I heard you found a stash of guns.
And bullets, I think.
Exemplary. We don't have much time.
What is this?
Whoever's on the other end of that wire is converging here tomorrow. I suppose they mean to raid the banks and burn the town, like St. Albans. Johnny hasn't told you? We intercepted and decoded a message last night.
He hasn't, no.
Well, didn't know who to trust, did I? And still don't, for that matter.
Speaking of which, where's Jean Louis?
And where's Annabelle?
Who?
My sister, Annabelle. She's been stealing to tend to my wounds.
We met her earlier today, by the footprint.
She brought buns.
Yes, I got that you were all chasing about the house, but I couldn't seem to track where she went.
Johnny, you look ill.
I left her in the wardrobe.
Speak up, boy.
I left her in the wardrobe.
The one in the attic? It's been almost an hour.
Don't just stand there, get her out! God. Don't suppose anyone has a cane?
Will our arms do?
Where is Jean Louis, though?
I haven't seen him since he went out to the privy. You don't suppose...
Eliza, can you stop in? I'll go check the parlor.
Keep breathing, Annabelle. I'm gonna leave now, but I'll come back with a saw.
Don't leave. Johnny will come back eventually.
It pains me to know that you're trapped in there.
It's all right. pissed before I left the house.
I thought you must have been taking a secret lover here. I'm ashamed of my jealousy.
You aren't responsible for your feelings. You are responsible for what you do with them, though.
Annabelle, I did a terrible thing.
Your story idea wasn't that bad.
No,
Did you kill someone?
God, of course not. No,
Should have less on your conscience than 2/3 of the male population, then.
Annabelle, I'm serious. I'm in love with you.
Infatuation. But I'll take it. It'll never work, though.
Why not?
I'm your maid, for starters. What will your mother think?
Since when have I cared?
I care, Elliot. I'll have to live with her, too.
Well, about that, I've been considering moving to Boston with you, if you'll have me.
Boston? My, I've always wanted to live in a city, but what will we live on?
I have an annuity, and I'll take up teaching.
Your poor students.
I'll also take up pleasantries.
Heaven help us all. Never become pleasant, Elliot. It'll ruin your soul. You could aim for a bit of compassion.
Annabelle, I'm serious. Will you marry me?
Yes.
Yeah! I haven't the slightest idea who you are, but you have my sincerest congratulations.
Mine, too. In my experience, antique furniture is more apt to decline.
How long were you all watching?
Just in time for the juicy bit.
Is Johnny out there with a key? It's gotten rather warm in here.
Radio.
I'm glad everything has been sorted.
John Louise, not in the house, not in the privy, not anywhere. I'm forced to... Hello? What's going on here?
I'm so sorry.
Who's this now?
Florence Fern, I've done you a terrible wrong. I fancied myself a protector of literature, but when I heard you talking about your brother, I realized I've done you a horrible wrong.
And
it's not my place to judge the merit of someone else's writing unless they're paying me.
And
I'd like to make amends for what I've done.
You're Elliot Tickmore.
Yes.
You burned my manuscript?
Yes.
It can't have been easy to have had your serial replaced by mine. I read yours, you know. I admired it.
You may have been the only one in the county.
I know it's been hard on you. Your mother's reported as much. Still, you ruined my life just now. So yeah, you can make amends. You can start by giving a $300 anonymous donation to my mother tomorrow. Say it's from a neighbor who wishes to help a neighbor, if you like.
Consider it done.
And you can take up arms and serve under me in my Citizens Brigade.
What?
A band of rebels converge here tomorrow, and I have a plan to be ready for them.
Yeah!
Shouldn't we telegraph the Frontier Guard?
Whoever's on the other end of that wire is working for the enemy.
A lot of good the guard would do anyway, without any bullets.
You three, sort the munitions from the vegetables and bring them up. Johnny, go fetch your pop, and all the gunpowder you can muster.
I'll go with him.
And you there, are you the sister?
Yes, Annabelle.
Peachy, help me carry my first lieutenant here down the stairs. We've got a lot to do before morning.
May I help you? Good evening, sir. These balls are not here from the Canadian Association of Naturalist-Men. Can 'em! We wild ahead.
You're later than expected. A lot of great plants along the way.
And animals. And birds. Birds are animals.
No, they're birds.
They're animals.
I had to stop and classify them all, I'm afraid. And as you can see, there's a great difference of opinion among these learned men.
Your rooms are ready.
Much obliged, sir, much obliged. But, have we received any information from our sister organization, the Canadian Association of Women Naturalists?
Call! Not tonight, I'm afraid. Breakfast is served at 6. Good night, gentlemen.
Canon? Con?
I remember you. You were playing the flute at the soiree, weren't you?
Did you see them just now in there?
Yes, she went into that room.
She is a spy. I followed her all the way from the summer house.
A musician.
Shh, the telegraph operator is in on it. I cut the wires.
Oh, good work, man. A group of rogues just checked in. I believe they're in link with the spy. Are you on foot? Then wait here, Blair, as the guard. Be careful.
Hands where I can see it.
You knew I was following you?
Since the old house, I had to stop by my room to get a few things.
Please do not kill me, Mercy. I'm an alive human being with hopes and dreams.
Oh?
Yes, I want to open up a cafe someday. I have a restaurant. Music on the weekends. You can bring a little bit of the South of France to the frozen of wastes.
That all sounds quite nice, but I can't have you following me.
Hold her arms!
Ugh! Should I go up there?
No. Let her go. Come with me to fetch my horse.
Canham! Good of you to come.
Drop the gun.
Unlikely?
Viola!
Run!
Oh dear, you shouldn't have done that.
For God's sake, I'm not contagious.
Doesn't hurt to be cautious.
Right, I'm off to check positions.
I'll come.
Tea break. Good work, team. The light's fully up and we don't want to get caught with our bloomers down. After your tea, assume positions.
Yes, ma'am.
You're purple merino.
Yeah.
Mr. Miller, you're welcome to get up and stretch before we hear the signal. Get away from the smell.
I've been plugging my nose since before you were born, Mom.
Don't! Them's all loaded and cocked.
Very well. God be with you, Mr. Miller.
Always is.
Johnny!
Signs up. Gonna go take my place.
Better go take mine. It's say you have.
Tomorrow, sir.
Keep on walking, son. Catch him.
Did you hear that?
What?
Animals are calling.
I'm not saying to call birds animals in every sentence. I'm just saying they're in the same scientific category. Shut your trap. What's that?
Con didn't say nothing about smallpox in this house.
No one's lived here for 10 years. Keep on walking. What is that? Hear that? I've heard it. I like this one a bit.
Please, sir, I'm awful cold.
There's a child in the woods.
That ain't no natural child.
Do you suppose woman in the window? Steady, man. I didn't sign up for no ghosts. I ain't never met a ghost my knife couldn't handle.
One more step, and you're a dead man.
You're a long way off. How's your aim?
Wait, they've got hostages.
I got a proposal for you. You throw the guns out the window with a bag to go with them, and I'll send my guy to go fetch them and be on our way.
I have a counter proposal. You let them go, we let you go.
Get out of here, you godless slavers!
Don't leave me!
I'm sorry you had to see me again.
I forgive you! I felt more alive in the past 3 days since I have since I was a child. And it's because of you, Viola. Your convoluting attempts to get me to think more about than just my family. They worked. You gave me back my flame. Please don't leave me now.
Okay.
Wait, what?
I think I'm okay.
Hello, everyone. I got terribly lost, but it's a happy ending, for I have found the ram. Now we can have the proper breakfast.
Lovely flowers! Thank you! Oh, let's pick a bouquet! Of course, darling, of course. Do you hear that? I hear nothing. The dearth of sound alerts me. It's too quiet. You don't think we've ordered the hidden metal of the Bandit King?
Ah ha ha! How kind of you to visit. You should have sent a calling card. I hadn't any time to subdue my attack dogs or my men.
Are you frightened? Oh, no, not at all. I assume this is all part of your plan. No, I have no plan. But we have something better. And what is that? Imagination, darling. We have our imagination.